G'day everybody, Paz here. Welcome back to Swan River Snapshots. Last week, I went after flathead from the kayak. Fresh from that success, I decided to switch it up. Switch kayak and switch target species. Today, I'm after tailor. And that's not all. You know me, and it wouldn't be a tailor bash without something extra to challenge myself. This week's snapshot. Target tailor from the Hobie using an ultralight setup, 4-pound line, where every hookup feels like a monster. Check it out. It was a muggy morning as I headed to my launch point. I traditionally targeted tailor in the river using rods and lines in the 8 to 12 pound range. Not too heavy, but enough that I'm confident in reeling them in. This time, however, I wanted a bit more of a challenge, so I'm bringing my lightest setup, a 1 to 3 kilo rod, a 1000 size Shimano Sedona spooled with 4-pound line and a 6-pound leader. I use this setup specifically for brim, so I'm unsure of how it'll stack up to a bigger tailor. Still, that's what these snapshots are for. My goal is to catch at least one size tailor on the light setup. I've brought a couple of other rods with my usual gear, metals and lures and whatnot, just in case I fail miserably. Of course, the first place I tried was always going to be Canning Bridge. I had my ever-present double clutches ready to go, and made my first pass. However, rather than troll the lure like normal, I held the rod to ensure the lighter setup would handle the pace. Nothing going on at the bridge, so I headed north towards Como Jetty, braving the jellyfish and sending out my other rod with a modified plastic Jighead and spinner combo. I'll spare you the boring details, but I was beginning to despair. What use is a challenge when you can't find the bloody fish to begin with? Then I spied a massive bird bust up towards Applecross. Abandoning my planned route, I cut across the channel to intercept. As luck would have it, I missed the light rod's first hookup. I stopped trolling and was casting the double clutch into the spot bait fish were jumping, and was rewarded with this little number. Hoping my camera was on this time, I cast again, and this time caught the hit as it happened after a pause. Well, I'd done it, but I wasn't satisfied. Sure, the light hookup is fun on the chopper, and a small rod makes every hookup a bit of a battle, but I wanted more. Hopefully, a sized fish would come along. I decided to keep pace with the school and have a bit of fun. I threw around my Jighead spinner combo, only to have it bitten in half. In a moment of madness, I decided to cast it again, just to see what would happen. Geez, they must be hungry. The school was moving slowly east across the river, and I followed. I also decided to give my metal a flick. Why not? I'd caught something on all my other rods. I gave the metal a stronger retrieve than the other lures, and was rewarded. Alright, this was fun and all, but my ultimate goal was still not ticked off. I wanted a size fish. I stowed the heavier rods, and as the wind picked up and the birds stopped their diving, I headed back across towards the Como Flats. I was almost back to my original route when some birds started wheeling not 20 metres from the kayak. I threw out the double clutch, hoping against hope that this school was bigger than the last. A couple of almost tailor later, and I'd begun to wrap things up. My ultralight tailor challenge was half finished, and although disappointed, it had been a fun morning. A final cast, and it was time to leave. At least, that's what I thought was happening. The lure was snatched right next to the kayak, and the fish swam straight down. This fish was different than the others. It was everything I thought it would be. I didn't dare touch the drag, keeping it off the bottom and reeling when it paused. I nursed the fish to the surface, letting it tire itself out. A fat, healthy Swan River tailor, size at 33 centimetres. It was a weight class above the undersized chopper I'd been catching all morning, and catching it on 4-pound gear was a rush I never knew I needed. I kept the fish. It's been a while since I brought one home. I barely got time to reflect, as a few casts later, another sizable fish came calling. Regrettably, my head camera went flat just before the hookup, so all I had was my handheld to capture the action. Another 33cm number. A bit skinnier though. This one came home as well. Family dinner is sorted. With my backup camera rolling, I had another couple of flicks. I did hook up, but lost the fish. When you're always scrambling for underwater footage, it's a risk you need to take. My final fish of the day came as I moved to the calmer stretch of water leading up to the Canning Bridge. I was packing up when the ultralight rod went off. Once again, it was a delicate dance as I struggled to manoeuvre the fish around to the right side of the kayak and keep it away from the rudder. This handsome fellow was clearly sized as well, but I'm not greedy. I had my 2 fish, and I make it a point to take only what I need. Plus, I got a cracking release shot. Well, that about does it. I got to tick off my goal of catching a size tailor on my ultralight setup. It was a hectic battle at times, but it was so much fun. I can definitely recommend it. Snapshot complete. Thanks for watching. Please be sure to like, subscribe and comment any challenges that you tried below. I'd love to hear about them. As always, this video is dedicated to my 2 sons. This is Paz, wishing you fair winds and tight lines. Until next time.